So now let's start to see how we connect the Oracle VM or the Azure VM that is running Oracle into the Lightbits cluster. The first thing is to introduce you to the LBCLI command, and this is basically the Lightbits command line interface. I have copied it from one of the Lightbits servers or Lightbits virtual machine in Azure into this virtual machine that is already running Oracle. You can see that the Oracle is already installed, although there's no database or anything like that. Nothing is actually created. It's just the software that is installed. So if we will run LBCLI and then list nodes, we're going to see the servers or nodes in the Lightbits cluster. These are basically the targets in the cluster that we want this virtual machine to use. You can see that there's 3 IP addresses that belongs into server 0, 1, and 2. And the port that it's using 4420 in order to communicate with NVMe over TCP. We can also see with the LBCLI command try to list the volumes that exist in this cluster. There's no volumes that were created in this cluster. So now the first thing that we want to do is actually connect this Azure VM or the Oracle VM, let's call it, into the Lightbits cluster. So we know we have these 3 IP addresses that we need to use, and what we are going to do, even before we run the connection, I'm just going to run a couple of NVMe commands that will show you what NVMe devices already exist in here. So since this is an LS64SV3, if we will run NVMe list, we're going to see the 8 devices that are locally attached into the virtual machine. These come with this type of virtual machine. And if we'll run the command again and add the subsys, we are going to see the controller that each of these locally attached devices are actually using. The reason I'm showing this is because right now list a subsys is one of the methods to see whether this virtual machine is connected into a cluster over NVMe over TCP.